Connection week. Not a good start. Evening, people. This is David Daniels, aka The Shy Man, bringing another late night live. Maybe I should set up a TV show. A late night live with The Shy Man. Anyway, just mucking around. Anyway, tonight, I'm going to try and keep this one brief because I've got to get me some rest. But this one is something I thought about, I think 3 weeks ago, and I stowed it in my notepad to talk about at some point. And I like to twist, play on things, common questions that people have, common phrases, common thoughts that people have. So, for example, one that really changed my life was about a common question that people used to ask me, or I've heard being spoken about in a public space, is about what's your passion, and monetizing your passion and building a business around your passion. And something I really struggled with, something I've talked about before on the Facebook Live. But when I turned it around to what angers me, or having that righteous anger, or what are things that I often... Hey James, how you doing, sir? Thank you for watching. When I changed it around to what, like I say, what do I often find myself moaning about, and I've got kind of this saying to myself is it's okay to have a moan. Everyone is alright to have a moan, but if you find yourself moaning about the same thing often, then my kind of mentality is either you shut up and accept it and get on with it, or you try and do something about it. And glad to hear you, good James. Or you try and do something about it. And when I thought about things that way, what are those things that I moan about? What are those things that I want to see change? What are those frustrations? That kind of just opened up the door. So now that's made my why a lot stronger. So it's kind of the same answer as such to that, just two different questions, two different ways of spinning it. So often people think about what they want to learn, what new things they want to learn new habits, learn to do new things. But another way of looking at it is, what do we need to unlearn? So if you're a negative thinker, or you have a common thing that you say to yourself is like, I'm always forgetful, I can never remember to do stuff. Well, you got to remember, our brain is like a computer. You weren't born, no one was born forgetful. It could be a case of a couple of things have happened in your past, and all of a sudden you think, oh, I'm forgetful, and you keep telling telling your mind that all the time. Then what's it going to think? Yeah, I am forgetful, and it will find reasons for you to forget, and then it's just a vicious circle. You think you're forgetful, you find the brain tells you to find things that which make you forgetful, and then that just reinforces that over and over again. So, for example, using that forgetfulness, so you need to unlearn that mindset, that behavior, and find reasons where, or find examples where you've remembered stuff, or find tools to help you remember stuff. For me, it's my mobile phone, is my calendar. That is my life is on there. Everything I need to do is on there. Thoughts that I have in the future, I put it months in advance and come around to think about it. The thing I like about my phone is I don't get everything done in a day. So if I don't get everything done again, it's so easy just to move that thing I had to do to another day or to another week. Whereas a paper and pen is, you manually have to write out, and if you don't get that done, you have to manually write in a new page. I love the flexibility of using my calendar on my phone. My wife, she has to write things down. She has to see it and write it down on paper, and she often has bits of paper flying about, and I always say to her, at least have it in a book, put it in one book. But that's just the way she operates. It's kind of same thing, but different ways. Sorry, I just had a WhatsApp message, and now it's trying to reconnect. It's all going wrong. Sorry, I just got a message saying, congratulations, this is your 10th broadcast. I've done more than 10 Facebook. In fact, this may be my 50th Facebook Live. So Facebook, you're about 40 out, but anyhow, technicalities. So yeah, what are those things that we need to unlearn? So I've used the example for forgetfulness. People say forgetful. One question I hate when people say, oh, remind me to do this, remind me to do that, because that put the pressure all on me. What if I don't remember, or do you know what I mean? Then that takes the onus of them, And it's a thing that I don't really like personally. I don't like when people tell me to remind it. Often when they do, scanning my phone. Um, so yeah, rather than saying you're forgetful or I need to learn to remember stuff, you can look at it. Oh, I need to unlearn how to be forgetful and learn how to remember more stuff. So that's just a basic example. So for me, if we want to talk about personally, I've always told myself I'm not creative, and found reasons to reinforce um, that statement I made. So I always said, "Oh, I'm rubbish at art, so therefore I'm not creative." I used to play music, so I must have have an ounce of creativity. So maybe I should have told myself, "Oh, instead of thinking all the things that I'm not creative at, what am I creative at? What are those things?" And then just build upon that, build upon that. Doing these Facebook lives has just set off that of creativity gene or whatever you want to call it. And I know I am creative, not creative in a different way. And these Facebook lives are just allowed me to think that, and all this seeds of wisdom and the shine, man. It's a bit of fun for me as well. I take myself quite seriously, so I'm learning to unlearning um, the art of being serious and becoming more relaxed and having more fun. So this whole seeds of wisdom and the shy man and late night lives and edification challenge and all of those kind of things I've done. It's yeah, it's just me having fun, a bit of branding, just a little bit of yeah, just a bit of fun around it, and it does help. Yeah, just help distinguish kind of my niche in the Facebook lives. So that's something I have to unlearn. What else? I'm having to unlearn getting so what's the word? So frustrated when things don't go to plan. I'm a very organised man. I'm a very I said it before. My computer at work, I have my programs in a particular order, and they have to be open in a particular order. And if they don't, it throws me. Um, and I'm having to unlearn getting so frustrated when things. I'm again time. I'm very meticulous with time. So, for example, if I'm running late, I've got three children, a family, and often we're running late for things, and that's something that really stresses me out, and I'm having to unlearn that. There's a book I read years ago called "Don't Sweat the Small Stuff," which I need to read it again. About end of the day, if we're late, I don't know for what, I don't know, late for school, say for about by 5 minutes, is not the end of the world. I.e., don't sweat the small stuff. Um, so there's a couple of examples of things I'm having to unlearn and relearn new behaviours. So it's just a little different twist on things. It may help you, it may not. Just a little seed I'm throwing out there and see who picks it up, and it may grow for one person. So yeah, rather than thinking about all the things you have to learn, because the reason I'm trying to think about it a different way, because for me, learning has been always been learning has been a challenge for me at times. I'm being careful with the words I use, and the reason that learning has been a challenge for me at times is my why hasn't been strong enough. So with my GCSEs, um, and I'm talking generally, I didn't see the point of them. They didn't interest me, the subject matter, the way they were being taught. So when things got tough in those particular subjects, I found it very difficult because the motivation, my why wasn't strong enough. If I wanted to be a doctor and I knew the steps to go through. There's very clear steps you have to go through to be a doctor, and it's not easy to do those qualifications, that studying. But when the times got tough, I would have drawn on my why. Why do I want to be a doctor? I want to help people, for example. I want to save lives, for example, and that would have pushed me through those hard steps. Because I don't know about you, but for me, whenever I start a new venture or start something new, a new relationship, for example, with a new girlfriend, um, for me, that initial new thing, you get a buzz, you get an aura. You know what I mean? But I find after a little while, when that aura, that positivity, or that new thing kind of gets into everyday life, what is keeping you fueling to keep that thing going, and that's to me is your why. Um, so I've completely lost my train of thought, but I hope you get the point anyway. So yeah, think about instead of thinking of all the things you have to learn. So yeah, that's where I was going with this. So yeah, when I often think of things I have to learn, I always think in the back of my mind my past experience. So now instead of thinking that, I'm thinking, what do I have to unlearn, and kind of twisting it that way. As kind of looking at the, you got an A4 sheet of paper. Come on, let's use a prop. Here we go. Don't say I don't look after you guys. All right, so you got A4 sheet of paper, and that side is blank. It's not a very good example because, right, hold on. Right. Oh, thanks, James, for that lovely comment. James has put, "You bring it real every night. Thanks, brother. I think the same, but can never articulate it." Thank you, James. Just things that come to me. No textbook or whatever you, but yeah, I really appreciate the comment. So yeah, one sheet of paper. Let's see, didn't work. Anyway, it's supposed to be blank on both sides. You'll get the point. Looking at things from a different side, but it's the same thing at the end of the day. That's the example I was trying to. You can tell I prepared for this, didn't you? But anyhow, just having a bit of fun. And so yeah, looking at essentially whether you want to learn stuff or unlearn stuff, it's the same thing, just different ways of looking at it. Some people that might help. Hope it does. I'll see you again tomorrow. Will this be another late night live? I'm trying to bring it back earlier, but I don't know, man. I'm getting some. You tell me. You tell me watching this back. What time would you like me to do a Facebook live? And then yeah, we'll see what we can do. But this will be up on YouTube anyway. And I'm hoping this will, using a bit of technology, this will post straight to my Twitter. I recently set up a Twitter account. Yeah, Shyman Speaks. Try and reach a new audience as such. I'm hoping once this finishes, this Facebook Live, this will post straight to Facebook. No, Twitter. Right, need to get some sleep. See you later. Bye.